Alright, guys, we're going to talk about the NHL standings for the 1919-1920 season. So let's get started where we left off. So July 1919 started on a Tuesday and ended on a Thursday. August 1919 began on a Friday and ended on a Sunday. September 1919 began on a Monday and ended on a Tuesday. October 1919 began on a Wednesday and ended on a Friday. November 1990 began on a Saturday and ended on a Sunday, and December 1990 began on a Monday and ended on a Wednesday. So, how were you feeling when he actually went and talked to an admin, and they said, "What should we do with him?" Or they said, if he does if we don't see a de-escalation there, we're gonna put something in place. And they said, "Hey, we're gonna get," and they said, "Hey, yeah." So this is Tuesday, December 23rd, 1919, and that's loss number one for Toronto, and that's also 3-0 again. Yeah. This is Wednesday, December 24th, no change there. This is Thursday, December 25th, no change there. Here. This is Friday, December 26th, no change there in Toronto. This is Saturday, December 27th, 1919, and that's win number one for Toronto. That's 2 points on the season, that's 7 goals. So that's win number one for all. That's 2 points on the season. That's 7 goals again for them. Yeah. So this is Sunday, December 28th, 1919. No change there. This is Monday, December 29th, 1919. No change there. This is Tuesday, December 30th. No change there. There. This is Wednesday, December 31st. 1919, and that's win number two for all. That's 4 points on the season. That's 8 goals again, and that is 8 goals again, and that is a 2-game winning streak, her longest winning streak since the 1918-1919 season. So yeah. So this is Thursday, January 1st, 1920. So January 1920 begins on a Thursday, ends on a Saturday. Okay. So, and that is nothing changing here. Thursday, January 1st. And win number, yeah. 2. Friday, January 2nd, no change there. This is Saturday, January 3rd, 1920, and that's win number 3 for Toronto, and that's 11, and that is 6 points on the season, and that's 11 goals, yeah, and that's our 3-game winning streak. The longest winning streak since the 1917-1918 season with a real hit. And by the way, they missed the playoffs in 1918-1919. And now when things kind of folded. So yeah, January 3rd, 1920. Yeah. So this is Sunday, January 4th, 1920. And 20, and no change there. This is Monday, January 5th, 1920. No change there. This is Tuesday, January 5th, 1920. No change there. And this is Wednesday, January 7th, 1920, and that's loss number 2 for Toronto, and that's 18 goals again for him. This is Thursday, January 8th, no change there. This is Friday, January 9th, January 1920, no change there. It was Monday, January 5th, 1920, Tuesday, January 5th, 1920, Wednesday, January 7th, 1920, Thursday, January 8th, 1920, and Friday, January 9th, 1920. So this is Friday, January 9th, 1920, no change there. This is Saturday, January 10th, 1920, and that's loss number 3 for Toronto, and that's 32 goals again, and that is a 2-game losing streak, the longest losing streak since the 1918-1919 season. Yeah. Yeah, so this is Sunday, January 11, 1920, no change there. This is Monday, January 12, 1920, no change there. This is Tuesday, January 13, 1920, no change there. And this is Wednesday, January 14th, 1920. And that's loss number 4 for Charles. That's 36 full again. And that is a 3-game losing streak. The longest losing streak since the 1918, 1919 season. So yeah, so this is Thursday, January 15th, 1920. 20, no change there. This is Friday, January 15th, 1920, no change there. And this is Saturday, January 17th, 1920, and that's win number 4 for Straw, and that's 8 points on the season. That's off, and that's 39 goals again, and that is 39 goals again. Yes. So, yeah. So this is Sunday, January 18th, 1920, no change there. This is Monday, January 19th, 1920, no change there. This is Tuesday, January 20th, 1920, no change there. And this is Wednesday, January 21st, 1920. And that's loss number 5 for Sherall, and that's 42 again. 42 again, no change there. So this is Thursday, January 22nd, 1920, no change there. This is Friday, January 23rd, 1920, no change there. This is Saturday, January 4th, 1920, or this is Saturday, January 24th, no change. Or, well, that's win number 5 for Charlotte. That's 10 points on the season. And that now ties it with last year, and that's 45 and 45 again. Yeah. So, this is Sunday, January 25th, 1920, no change there. This is Monday, January 25th, 1920, no change there. And this is Tuesday, January 27th, 1920, no change there. And this is Wednesday, January 28th, no January 28th, and that's loss number 6 for Charles. That's 52 goals again for him. Yeah, this is Thursday, January 29, 1920, no change there. There. January 29, 1920, no change there. Cool. Friday, January 30th, 1920, no change there. There. And that is Saturday, January 31st, 1920. And that is loss number 7 for all, and that is 62 goals again. Yep. This is Sunday, February 1st, 1920. February 1920 begins on a Sunday and ends on a Sunday. And this is also a leap year this year, 1920. So this is Sunday, February 1st, 1920, no change there. This is Monday, February 2nd, 1920, no change there. This is Tuesday, February 3rd, 1920, no change there. This is Wednesday, February 4th, 1920, and that's loss number 8 for Toronto, and that's 68 goals again for them. For him, yeah. And this is Thursday, February 5th, 1920, no change there. This is Friday, February 6th, 1920, no change there. This is Saturday, February 7th, 1920, and that's win number 6 for Toronto, and that's 12 points on the season, and that's their highest point total they've had since the 1917-1918 season. And that is 71 goals, and they had 71 goals again. So yeah, so this is Sunday, February 8th, 1920, no change there. This is Monday, February 9th, 1920, no change there. Free-game losing streak. So I think they have a free-game losing streak. Yeah, free losing streak. Yeah. So the Monday, February 9th, 1920, no change there. There. This is Tuesday, February 10th, 1920. So I think they had a free-game. Yeah. Tuesday, February 10th, 1920, no change there. This is Wednesday, February 11th, 1920, and that's win number 7 for Toronto. That's 14 points on the season, the most the highest point total since the 1917-1918 season, when they had, I think, 24 points, and that is 73 over in for them. Or this is Thursday, February 12th, 1920, no change there. This is Friday, February 13th, no change there. This is Saturday, February 14th, no change there. This is Sunday, February 15th, no change there. There. This is Monday, February 16th, 1920, and that's win number 8 for Toronto. That's 16 points on the season, their highest point total since the 1917-1918 season, and that is 76 goals in. And that is 76 goals in. Yeah, and this is Tuesday, February 17th, 1920, no change there. This is Wednesday, February 18th, 1920, and that's win number 9 for Toronto. That's a 4-game winning streak, their longest winning streak since the 1917-1918 season. Win number 9 for Toronto, and that is 18 points on the season, their highest point total since the 1917-1918 season, also since that season, and that's 78 goals against them. They're getting a little bit better. Yeah, this is Thursday, February 19th, 1920, no change there. This is Friday, February 20th, 1920, no change there. And this is Saturday, February 20th, that 23rd, Saturday, February 21st, 1920, and that's and that's loss number 9 for Toronto. That's 83 goals again with them, too. So yeah, so this is Sunday, February 22nd, 1920. And this is Monday, February 23rd, 1920. No change there. There. Yep. This is Tuesday, February 24th, 1920. No change there. This is Wednesday, February 25th, 1920. And that's win number 10 for Toronto. And that's 20 points. And that is 20. And for win number 10 for Toronto, they also have 20 points on the season. Their highest point total since the 1917-1918 season. And that is 85 goals again. They have 85 goals again. Yeah. So this is Thursday, February 26th, 1920. No change there. This is Friday, February 27th, 1920. No change there. There. This is Saturday, February 28th, 1920. And that's loss number 10 for Toronto. And that is and they also have 86 goals again. This is Sunday, February 29th, 1920. And this is a leap year. This is leap day. When we close out February on leap day 2019-20. So yeah, this is Monday, March 1st, 1920. March 1920 begins on a Monday and on a Wednesday. So yeah, so this is Monday, March 1st, 1920. No change there. This is Tuesday, March 2nd, 1920. No change there. This is Wednesday, March 3rd, 1920. And that's loss number 11 for Toronto. And they also have 93 goals against. This is their highest goals against. Their highest goals against since the 1917-1918 season. This is Thursday, March 4th, 1920. No change there. And this is Friday, March 5th, 1920. No change there. And this is Saturday, February, or this is March 5th, 1920. This is Saturday, March 6th, 1920. And that's win number 11 for Toronto. That's 22 points on the season. And their highest point total since the 1917-1918 season. And that is 95 goals again. Again, her highest goals against number since the 1917-1918 season. And this is Sunday, March 7th, 1920. No change there. Wondering is there when that is Monday, March 8th, 1920. No change there. And then it's Tuesday, March 9th, no change there. 1920, no change there. This is Wednesday, March 10th, 1920, no change. Or now law number 12 overall, that's 102 OPM. Her highest OPM number OPM is the 1917-1918 season. This is Thursday, March 11th, 1920, 23, no change there. This is Friday, March 12th, 1920, no change there. And this is Saturday, March 6th, 1920, and that's point number 24 on the season. And that's win number 12 for Straw, and that's 24 points on the season, and that's 106 goals against, their highest goals against since the 1917-1918 season. We can go back. And they had 26 points on the season. This season had 24 points on the season. So, yeah. And now on to the playoffs. Yeah. We're gonna rail get through it at warp speed. So, yeah. Yeah, just disregard the radio here. So, and Toronto would miss. This is the second year in a row for the first time in franchise history for the Toronto Maple Leafs would miss the playoffs. And that is despite that they had a really bad season in the 1918-1919 year where they also missed the playoffs. And what happened was their team ended up moving as a result of that. And yeah, and Ottawa made the playoffs, and Ottawa went to the Stanley Cup final. And Ottawa would win their first Stanley Cup, would win the Stanley Cup this year, yeah. So let's also look at the astrology around this time period. So we're gonna do another stream tomorrow. Yeah. While we were asleep, virtually they made the decision that they were blocking us, and that decision was made final, and that they were not willing to be unblocked. So Venus rises in the evening sky on January 4th, 1919. Venus ingresses into Aquarius on January 9th, 1919. Venus ingresses into Pisces on February 2nd, 1919. Venus ingresses into Aries on February 26th, 1919. And then Venus ingresses into Taurus on March 23rd, 1919. Venus then ingresses into Gemini on April 17th, 1919. Venus ingresses into Cancer on May 12th, 1919. Venus ingresses into Leo on June 8th, 1919. And then Venus ingresses into before that, Venus reaches Eastern elongation on July 5th, 1919, which is their furthest from the sun that you can get from Earth. And Venus ingresses into Virgo on July 7th, 1919. Venus reaches maximum and Venus stations record rate on at 27-degree Virgo on August 22nd, 1919. The last time there was a Venus record rate at this time of the year was in 1911. Venus sets in the evening sky on September 9th, 1919. Venus reaches inferior conjunction or at 21-degree Virgo on September 9th, 1919. Venus reaches inferior conjunction on September 12th, 1919 at 19-degree Virgo. And then Venus rises into the morning sky at 17-degree Virgo on September 16th, 1919. And then Venus stations direct on October 4th, 1919. So the last time Venus reaches Eastern elongation at that time of the year was in 1911. And at Venus station. Maximum brightness and a Venus ingress in the Libra on November 9th, 1919. And Venus reaches western elongation on November 23rd, 1919. The last time Venus did that at this time of year was all the way back in the 1918 in 1911 at 13 degree Libra, and Venus ingress in the Libra on November 9th, 1919. And then Venus ingress in the December in the Scorpio on December 8th, 1990. So most people don't know is that when Venus reaches western elongation, it starts to gradually go back toward the sun at a slower rate than it was with go ahead the rest. Current rate. So Mars ingress into Pisces on January 27, 1919. Mm, Venus or Mars ingress into Pisces on January 27, 1919. In, in March on March Mars sets at 29 degrees Pisces on March 5th, 1919. Mars ingress into Aries on March 6th, 1919. Mars ingress into Taurus on April 15, 1919. Mars reaches solar conjunction on May 9th, 1919. Oh god. Well, I think I may have starved her to death. Mars ingress into Gemini on May 26, 1919. Mars or conjunction. The last time Mars reached solar conjunction at this time of the year was 79 years ago in the year 1840. In the year 1840, Mars ingress into Gemini on May 26, 1919. Mars rises ingress at 28 degrees Gemini on July 6, 1919. Mars ingress into Cancer on July 8, 1919. Mars ingress into Leo on August 23rd, 1919. And then Mars ingress into Virgo on October 9th, 1919. And then Mars ingress into Libra on November 30th, 1919. So, and also the last time they did so was 47 years ago. So 47 years ago would be the year 1872. So the last time they did so, it was also 47 years ago in the year, at this time of the year as well, was 47 years ago in the year 1872. So usually 47 years as well. So 47 years, there is an overlap between both two planets. So I want to see when Alice check out planet Jupiter and see how Jupiter transit for the year 1920 went. For the year 1919, for the year 1919 went for it. So Jupiter interacted in the Leo on August 9th, 1919. So the last time we had a cycle much like this in Gemini in the sign of Gemini was in the year 1919, was in the year 1905. And then Jupiter ingressed into Cancer, which was the last time it was there was 1906. And then Jupiter ingressed into Leo on August 2nd, 1919, which is the last time Leo 1919, which is the last time it was in the sign of Leo in 1919 was 12 years prior, was in the year 1907. And now let's check out the unexpected transit for Venus and Jupiter. There was a Venus-Jupiter conjunction that took place this year. And there was a Venus-Jupiter. hey, is that there were no Venus Cougars in Georgia? Or did they have another one? So yeah, so there was a Venus Cougars Junction May 26th at 15-degree camper. The last time Venus had conjunction with there for this Venus Cougars Junction took place was in the year 1895. Yeah. And that is all the planetary cycle of what happened in that time period in that season. I hope everyone had a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you guys again tomorrow through that season as well. So, all right, guys, for the half now, everyone have a wonderful day. All right, bye, everybody.